Kicking off News Flash, an American epicenter. The World Health Organization says that over the past 24 hours, 85% of the new cases of the coronavirus have come in Europe and the United States. In the United States, the death toll stands at more than 600. There have been more than 47,000 cases. Spokesperson for the WHO, Margaret Harris, says the U.S. has a very large outbreak that is increasing in intensity. We are seeing a large acceleration in cases. This is exactly what a lot of American officials had feared. Steve?
David, among the countless casualties of the coronavirus crisis here in New York City, the Strand, the century-old bookstore that is so big it boasts 18 miles of books on its shelves. The Strand has laid off most of its staff, close to 200 people, after being forced to shut down its legendary East Village headquarters. The owner, describing the layoffs as heartbreaking to the Daily News, has applied to be designated an essential business in order to at least sell books online and over the phone. David?
Steve, with so many businesses across the United States telling the same story, over at the White House, Donald Trump, of course, the president of the United States, has sparked some controversy by suggesting that maybe it is time for his administration to back away from the social distancing policy. The president says that the United States will be open for business again very soon. The president says he's fearful that the economic impact of coronavirus and all these shutdowns could eventually be greater than the actual virus themselves, although most top economists point out that when you have a lot of people getting sick and perhaps 1 million people who are going to die if you don't take precautions, that itself has a huge economic impact. Steve?
David, some former field organizers on the Michael Bloomberg presidential campaign have served notice they plan to file 2 class action lawsuits against the campaign. Bloomberg had lured campaign workers with claims of full medical benefits and employment through November 2020, but most were abruptly let go in early March, right after Mike Bloomberg dropped out of the race. The campaign says workers were given a few weeks severance, according to the Times. The legal action claims the campaign workers were recruited under false pretenses.
And Steve, speaking of false pretenses or real pretenses, a lot of folks in Washington state are seeing things in the sky that are actually more frequent than a Mike Bloomberg paycheck. These are UFOs. Folks are convinced that the 3 red lights that have been hovering over the last few days cannot be explained anyway by a helicopter or a drone or an aircraft of any kind. They seem to defy the laws of physics. They get in linear shape and they take off very quickly and stop very quickly and hover. This is very similar to what a lot of folks in Texas said that they saw just over a week ago. Texas, Washington state, where is it all next? Some people insist, though, these are actually Chinese lanterns that kind of look a little bit different when you see them on a camera. Nobody really knows. Steve?
And David, if you're looking for something to read, you may or may not want to know that Woody Allen's new memoir is out. A little-known publisher has just released the autobiography entitled Apropos of Nothing. This after the original publisher, Hachette Books, dropped the Woody Allen book following protests. The Post reports Woody writes about the early stages of his relationship with Soon Yi, the daughter of Allen's ex-wife, Mia Farrow. Woody writes, "We couldn't keep our hands off each other." TMI. Woody Allen is 35 years older than Soon Yi, his former stepdaughter and now wife. And that is Newsflash.